GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Southern Indiana high school basketball starts now. Presented by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page.
And welcome to Southern Indiana High School basketball tonight on Glycod, where we have the Jeff Red Devils Showcase tonight at Jeffersonville High School, and we've got the Emanuel Crimsons taking on the New Albany Bulldogs tonight at Jeff. I'm Dr. Todd Carter. Alongside me, Coach Andrew Grants, Christian Sanchez running our camera for us this evening, and he's going to pan over so you can see where we are. We are not exactly in the crow's nest, which is way up there, but we are here in the corner at Jeffersonville High School and hope to have a good ball game tonight.
I think we can expect one tonight. Both these teams coming in with the very high winning percentages and both scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely. Over 70 points a game for both of these squads. So I expect that we're going to see some scoring action tonight for you folks. Had a chance to talk to both coaches. Both talked about the other team in pretty high esteem. I think they hold each other's program and what they're doing in pretty high esteem as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting both of the best from each side of the river tonight. And so there's a lot of respect there. No fear.
No.
But definite respect. And they have been preparing for this. And it's going to be a high-intensity, high-flying matchup tonight, I think.
Absolutely. Well, and I guess one more thing we should note as a bit of a storyline is it's sort of been all Indiana so far today. We'll have that on the ticker for you, the Deering Floors ticker later on this evening. But it's sort of been all Indiana. Christian Academy and Providence, Jeffersonville, and Franklin Central have all won against the Kentucky schools.
Well, they what do they say in Kentucky? Kentucky proud, right?
Right.
And so Emanuel's going to be coming in tonight, and they're going to have that pride of Kentucky to save the day, maybe the last game, and go away with a feel-good win here for the Kentucky side. But New Albany is going to be very quick to make sure that doesn't happen, and they take away any chance for them to come in and win and make sure it's an Indiana sweep as we finish out the day.
There you go. Well, it's been a big game, a big day of basketball here. We've got a good game for you. Let's step aside. When we come back, you will hear from head coach of the Emanuel Crimsons, Mikkel Coleman. So stay tuned for that here on Glycod.
Looking for family fun in Southern Indiana? Then look no further than Strike and Spare, your go-to spot for a great time at prices that won't break your budget. With regular and kid-friendly bumper bowling lanes, everyone can join in on the action. And don't miss out on Cosmic Bowling, the cool way to bowl with that nighttime feel. Strike up the fun at Strike and Spare in Clarksville at 511 Little League Boulevard. And visit strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. You wouldn't notice or smell radon, yet this dangerous gas is the #1 cause of cancer among non-smokers. 1 in 3 Indiana homes tested show radon above safe levels, and those levels tend to spike during the winter when closed windows prevent heat and radon from escaping. If you live in Floyd County, you can get a free radon test kit while supplies last from the Floyd County Health Department. For more information, contact them at 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
Can't leave your dog while you're gone? Maybe you just want to increase their socialization. Try Bark Jeff. They provide a cage-free, all-day play center that dogs will love. With well-trained staff available around the clock, their professionals offer comfortable grooming, plus nightly dog slumber parties. For more information on their services or to register as a new client, visit BarkJeff.com. Bark Jeff is located at 1006 East 10th Street in Jeff, where the cool dogs play.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bark Jeff, Jeffersonville's premier dog care destination at 1006 East 10th Street. Bark Jeff, where the cool dogs play.
Head coach of the Emanuel Crimsons, Mikael Coleman, and sir, here we are, 14 games into your season against New Albany 7. I'm just curious how you're feeling about how you're playing at this point of the season into the new year.
Well, the great thing is I don't think we've reached our peak yet. So we've done good enough to win 12 out of those 14 games. I think we have a lot of growing left to do as a team and some pieces to put together so that when it's time to hit our peak, I think we'll be ready.
Well, so that begs the question then, what kind of things do you need to do to get better pushing towards now March?
Well, I think we need to play defense a little bit better. We have our spurts, we have our moments where the team's locked in, they're communicating, and you can really, really see the potential of how we can play defense. But then we dealing with high school kids, and then sometimes they just check out and they decide not to. And also, we have to be a better rebounding team.
Well, scoring over 70 a game, though, so the offensive side seems to be taking care of itself, right?
Absolutely. I do think we need to be a little bit more efficient with how we run our offense. The movement of it is not as good as it wants to, but we have some really good scores that can kind of cover up some of those mistakes.
All right. As far as this New Albany ball club goes, as you've scouted them, anything particular jumped out at you?
Yes, they shoot the ball really, really well. They're going to attack you and try to get you hit you with backdoor cuts a lot. But mainly the fact that they shoot the ball really, really well.
Absolutely, and I know we've seen them once earlier this season. But they get going downhill, and they're really tough.
Yeah.
Anything in particular you guys are going to need to do to defend that?
Absolutely. I ain't gonna give you the secret,
okay.
But there's some things that we put into place that we're gonna have to do. But yeah, they get downhill, and what they do is they draw attention, and then they kick it out to every player that steps on the floor for them to can shoot the basketball. So we got some things in play to how we're gonna stop it tonight. I don't want to get the secret out because then it might get back to the coach.
It won't get back to the coach. I've already talked to him, actually.
Somebody might hear the broadcast early.
All right. Fair enough. Hey, last question, and that is just, you guys have played 14. New Albany's played 7. Differences between Indiana and Kentucky. Your all schedule's a little different, but just overall differences between the way the ball games are sometimes played on each side of the river.
Well, first of all, I didn't know until we started really scouting them after the last tournament that they played so few games. But over here, you talking about the style of play. Yeah. I think it's a tad bit physical, and it's okay. Yeah. I like it when it's physical, as long as it's physical both ways. But the one thing you know about Indiana basketball, and that's not just New Albany, they shoot the heck out of the ball over here. Everybody over here can shoot that basketball. So. And the fans love it over here. The fan makes it an exciting game. So.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Coach.
No problem at all. Thank you.
And stay tuned for all the high school basketball action tonight on Glycod.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on. Foul. What are you going to tell me again? Foul. Yeah. Foul, bro. Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock yourself out. You're about to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice. Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care. With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
And welcome back to William S. Johnson Arena here at Jeffersonville High School, where we have the Jeffersonville Red Devils Showcase going on today. And it's time for tonight's Keys to the Game. Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet. Northside Security. For those keys to the game, let's turn it back over to Coach Andrew Grants. First up, the Manual Crimsons.
Well, for Manual, number one is earn your threes. Coach talked in the interview there that they need to be a little bit more efficient. But I tell you what, if you look at their numbers on the year through 14 games, they're shooting 43% from three. That's impressive.
Very impressive.
So, but what they need to do is they need to make sure tonight that those threes are in rhythm of the offense. So they're not settling for threes, but they're earning those threes. Secondly, transition defense. One thing we know about New Albany, they love to get up and down and run. They love to create live ball turnovers. If you make a basket, they're going to be back down your throat very quickly trying to score a quick layup. So transition defense is going to be huge. And then finally for Manual, he talked about rebound and run. If you look at the size, you know, neither team really that much bigger than the other. But the way that New Albany plays that 5-out spread offense and they send guys to the glass from the three-point line, that's hard to block out a guy with a full head of steam. So they got to make sure they find those blockouts very quickly. And then if they do, they're able to get out in transition and score some more points easy in the open floor.
All right, so those are the Manual Crimsons. For the Bulldogs of New Albany.
Well, we mentioned the three-point percentage for Emanuel. So number one that New Albany has to take away is the three-point shot for Emanuel. They cannot let them get going early. When they get hot, they stay hot, and they've got to make sure that they get out to shooters early and often. And then secondly, defensive intensity. So just watching New Albany already a little bit this year, when they bring the intensity on the defensive end, that's when they're playing at their best. Their offense is rolling. Everything's moving. It all starts with the defensive intensity for New Albany, and then finally get downhill. Coach Coleman talked about they got to take that away because New Albany does such a good job of getting downhill and attacking the rim because they have those shooters on the perimeter. So New Albany has to get downhill and make sure that they're putting pressure on that rim. If they do that, they do these three, then I think New Albany will be victorious tonight.
All right, those the keys to the game. This broadcast is authorized by Jeffersonville High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student-athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you so very much for watching. Let's step aside. When we come back, you will hear from Jason Jones, head coach of the New Albany Bulldogs on Glycod.
Wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms. Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers PulsePoint. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org. Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department. You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can. You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
here at the Jeffersonville Showcase with head coach Jason Jones of the New Albany Bulldogs. And coach, you guys coming into the new year 6-1, the only loss to the number 2 team in the state of Indiana in 4A. How do you think your team is playing coming into this new year and off the Christmas holiday?
Well, I think the best thing is we're finding ways to win. We've had a little bit of everything. We've had some high-scoring games where we've shot it well. These last 2 games we've had were more of grinded out and low-scoring defensive battles. So the good thing is we're finding ways to get it done regardless of the style of play.
Well, Emanuel's got 14 games into your all 7, just with the disparity kind of in how the schedules run. Any thoughts about any differences between the states and maybe advantages or disadvantages?
Yeah, I think there's a little advantage when you've played, double the amount of games just because you have more time to get used to each other and feel each other out. But I think it's all about what happens when we're out here tonight. At the end of the day, they play their schedule. We've played ours. They're very talented. They got a really nice group they're bringing over here, so it should be a good competitive game.
Well, and that was going to be my next question. Just off your scouting report, what do you see in this Emanuel Crimson's team?
They're good across the board. They got size. They got shooting. A couple guys averaging over 20. Press. They do a little bit of everything, and it'll definitely challenge us tonight.
I'll go back to sort of a little bit my previous question, and that is just different coaching styles, play styles between states. Kentucky, Indiana, but also you've coached in Florida, Georgia, grew up a little further out west, Kansas, etc. Just your thoughts on how the differences are between states.
Yeah, it's always intriguing to see the differences. As you watch the Kentucky teams, there's definitely some differences between them and Indiana. I think, for example, our last 2 games with Decatur and Seymour, very disciplined, grind you down, really guard you type teams. I think today's game will be a little bit more of our pace. We get up and down a little bit. That's kind of what we've seen from them. So I guess we're kind of excited to see a different type of style tonight, maybe a little more conducive to how we like to play.
Well, you've scored scoring average up in the 70s, as are they. Keys to winning this ball game tonight are your thoughts on being able to win this ball game?
I think 2 things for us. We got to rebound like always, and then we got to take care of the ball and not let their pressure bother us.
All right, good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much.
And stay tuned for all the high school basketball action from Jeffersonville High School tonight on Glycod.
American Bank. Our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank. Member FDIC.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul.
What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock
You're
yourself
about to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today. Vaccinations are a key to a healthy future. At the Floyd County Health Department, they can help your child from kindergarten through 12th grade get vaccinated, regardless of insurance status. Check with your doctor to see which vaccines your child may be due for, or call the Floyd County Health Department at 812-948-4726. Again, that's 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
As we return to William S. Johnson Arena here at Jeffersonville High School for the Emanuel Crimsons against New Albany Bulldogs tonight on Glycod. Time for tonight's starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. For the Emanuel Crimsons, 1, 2, 3, 4 is how the first part of the lineup goes. Justice Decker, number 1, 6'6", senior, a guard forward swingman, averaging almost 17 points a game. Noah Smith, 5'10", senior guard. Malachi Coleman, son of Coach Mikael Coleman, 5'10", senior guard. He's averaging 21 a game. Jeff Njogu, a 6-foot junior, and he's averaging 5 points a game, but a guard out there and distributor. Deshaun McGee, a 6'5", junior forward, averaging just shy of 5 points a game for the visiting Crimsons. And in the home white, TJ Washington coming off a 10-point ball game here earlier in the week against Seymour, 5'11", junior. Jordan Treat, a 6-foot senior. Rylan Shrink, a 6'3", senior. Chris Lampkins, a 6'4", senior, and Noah Washington, a 6'4", freshman. And Coach Grants, you noted something. I want to be quick about this so we can get our last break in, but you noted something happened after the Floyd Central game with Noah Washington.
Going into the Floyd Central game, Noah Washington was averaging just 7 points a game. We talked before the game. We said, will he, kind of rise up to the moment, being this freshman everybody was talking about. Since then, he is averaging 16 points a game, so he has turned it on in his last 5.
All right. Well, as they announce starting lineups here in the arena, we're going to jump aside. We'll be right back with the opening tip here on Glycod.
Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From Glycod, it's Southern Indiana High School basketball. Presented by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. Tonight's game is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable since 1952. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mac Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. Jim Butner Auto Group in Clarksville, a family tradition of excellence. And by Floyd County Health Department, Deering Floor Center, Our Place, Clark County Youth Services, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Center. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Southern Indiana High School basketball. Presented by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page.
And we are going to cut into that last few seconds for the opening tip. Dr. Todd Carter, Andrew Grants, Christian Sanchez with you for the call of this Game 5 from here at Jeffersonville High School. Backdoor cuts and Lampkins.
Yeah, great lob play. They ran the Lampkins right there for the ball screen and then get a back screener right after that as he's a roll man. Catch him on that lob. New Albany coming out switching man-to-man defense here.
That's Decker for the three. Knocks it home.
Decker's left. He's shooting 48% on the year from three. Tough shot.
Down low, couldn't get it to go. Washington with the board. Tough outlet pass there. Get out of that. Treats. No, excuse me. That was Ryland Shrink with the three.
Great skip pass and then a bang, swing pass right to the corner.
That was Coleman with the three. Wouldn't go. Long rebound out to Lampkins.
There's a rebounding coach was talking about for New Albany. Give them an opportunity to get out in the open court and play the speed they want to.
In the corner, three made by T.J. Washington.
Both teams coming out shooting it hot early. I'll tell you what, I've been really excited to see Malachi Coleman coming in, averaging 20 a game.
Over 1,000 points, 1,092, according to executive producer Steve Bird on the year.
Yeah, he's when you see a player sometimes, you see 21 points a game, you think, well, he's probably getting up a lot of shots, but no, he's shooting 60% from the floor and 49% from three, so he's been doing it very efficiently too. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, correct myself, not on the year, on his career, 1,092 on his career. Another three made there by New Albany.
Bulldogs.
And that was Noah Washington with that one.
Coming out hot tonight.
And Lampkins in there and with the foul.
Well, again, it goes back. New Albany picking up right there across half court, and they've pushed Emanuel out farther than they want to go. We talked about it before the game, that defensive intensity. When they come out and they have that intensity up, it always leads to good things offensively for them.
Coleman got in there, up down. Decker, fade away, gets it to go. Nice bucket there.
Two tough shots for Decker early on.
Treat passes out of it. T.J. Washington buries the three.
Man, they are just found a great rhythm right now. A lot of that's coming, though, off of that downhill drive. Coach talked about that. Coach Coleman before the game. We can't let them get into the paint and collapse to where they can kick out the shooters.
Decker again. Left hands. Oh, sweet roll there.
How about the touch from Decker? I tell you what, Decker with all 7 points for Emanuel right now. Keeping it close here with New Albany with this hot start.
Oh, what a tough pass there from Shrink. And then Washington has it poked away. Emanuel ends up with it. Live ball turnover, but Emanuel can't make the transition pass to Njogu happen.
Just a little off there, right idea. Just couldn't quite time it up. New Albany got away with one there. Looks like Emanuel now switching to maybe a zone look here. 1-2-2 zone. Maybe this is what the secret coach was talking about. He didn't want to give away.
Could be. Washington airmailed that one. Ends up in the hands of Njogu.
Great tip away.
Yep. Lampkins slams it home.
Yeah, Lampkins with the tip play right there. Yeah, New Albany, even on misses, will stay up and pressure a little bit and try to get those little scrappy plays to get out in transition. Even though they don't have a real post presence, they shoot a very high percentage from two, New Albany does, because of those plays right there, the transition baskets.
Decker can't get that one to go. Nice rebound there by McGee, though. That's Smith. Smith with the three.
Yeah, great second chance opportunities. Best time for a three-point shot is right after an offensive rebound. Defense is collapsed in. Good rebound there. Kick it out and find the shooter.
Washington, another attempt there from three. Oh, nice tip by T.J. Washington, and then a whistle.
So New Albany came out early. They've hit 4 threes in the first 3 minutes. One of the dangers of that, though, as a coach, that always worried me. See the replay here.
This is the Lampkins tip back. I wanted to replay that. That was a nice play.
Absolutely. One of the things that always worried me as a coach when you came out and you hit some threes early on is you kind of start to fall in love with it early on.
Right.
And you lose that intensity to be able to get to the rim and score. So for New Albany, though, right now those second chance and those scrappy plays, other than those three-point shots, is where they're getting their points.
So Shrink makes one of two. Njogu was the player whistled for that foul. Coleman rises up. Nice bucket there from mid-range.
Yeah, Coleman, great mid-range. He's got a nice pace to his game.
Again, comes in averaging 21, so.
Well, and since Manuel's gone to the zone, New Albany hasn't been able to get quite as in rhythm. Great skip pass there.
And good bucket there from Washington.
Yeah, that's against that 1-2-2. A couple places to look. Short corner, middle, and then also that opposite block for that lob or skip pass there is a good place to look.
And a whistle comes after the three-point attempt. Coleman draws the foul. See if we can show you that.
Yeah, got to hate that, just to foul a three-point shooter, especially Coleman, their leading scorer, to hopefully not get him going at the free throw line where he can start seeing it go in a little bit more.
Coleman, 79% free throw shooter on the season. Rattles home the first. As he eyes the second.
Yeah, this game
knocks
really
it home as well.
Thought we might have a high-scoring one. We're almost to the 20-point mark here. not even under the 3-minute mark in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So this has been the up and down three-point shooting contest I think we expected.
Well, both teams averaging in the 70s.
I was interested to see with Manuel coming in. So, they started off the year really scoring it well, but in only one of their last 5 games have they gotten into the 60s or higher. They've been on a little bit of a scoring drought in their last few games, but not so far tonight. There's that zone again. Again, just kind of slowing the rhythm of New Albany.
That's Knox new in the ball game, as is Brewer with the ball now.
Ball's got to change side. It stayed over here a little too long. There you go. He's got to get some reversals here. It's kind of sticking to one side of the floor a little too much.
So far, the zone definitely making New Albany think.
Yeah, they got to work it a little bit. That skip opposite.
Dangerous pass, but a nice bucket.
Paid off for him. Almost didn't get there, but that skip opposite against that zone, especially opposite corners against a 1-2-2, that's a lot of ground for that bottom man to cover. Coach talked about the difference in just the styles of play, Kentucky versus Indiana. And over on this side of the river, definitely a little more physical, but it's a big-time physical move there.
It sure was. So Decker with the bucket and the harm.
It's a little bit of a difficult direction to go a lot of times for the lefties to be able to spin off going to the right and still be able to finish that. But
still made a nice move there.
Yeah, solid, very solid.
Decker comes in an 84% free throw shooter and cuts it to a three-point game.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal here this first quarter, knocking down some outside shots, post-ups, getting to the free throw line, doing it all for Emanuel right now.
Things definitely slowed down for the Bulldogs as the zone has been implemented. Now back it looks man-to-man for Emanuel. Shrink for three, buries it.
Just continue to stay hot right now. Here comes the press from New Albany, a little run and jump. Going to want to maybe speed this up a little bit so they don't have to face that zone in the half court.
Now Coleman with it, looks to drive, draws the foul. Braxton Mayfield commits the first foul.
Coach Jones talked about before the game how playing the Indiana style here the last few games, some more grinded out, got to be patient, got to take your time. That's actually probably helping New Albany right now as they're going against this zone because they're having to grind it out. They're having to go a little bit slower, but that's kind of the way they've been playing. You play a team like Seymour, Decatur Central. They've been playing that way the last few games, so you could see they're a little bit more comfortable. Even though it's taking more time, they're still very efficient offensively right now and comfortable against it.
Yeah, New Albany coming off a win against Seymour, 53-46, so that one definitely a slow-down sort of pace.
Yeah, Seymour will do that to you.
Another three, this one by Mayfield.
Putting up some big-time scoring here.
I said Brewer, and I meant, I said Mayfield, and I meant Brewer. My fault, folks. Oh, down low, nicely done there. Just couldn't get the bucket to go. That was Mark Woods.
Yeah, and that's the attention that Coleman draws because he's such a threat to score the ball that when he comes off of that, he had two people flying to him. He even rose up like he's going to take the jumper, but then be able to kind of make it look like a jump shot, but was setting up that pass. And that's what great scorers do, is they use that ability to make their teammates better.
Mark Woods, Jr., coming in averaging two and a half points a game, just a 40% free throw shooter, though. Nails 1 of 2.
You know, most of the time, if you have a team score 27 points in the first 7 minutes of a game, you'd think it'd be a blowout. But Emanuel is hanging tight and still right there in it, despite New Albany's blazing hot start to this game.
Treats shoots the 3. That one rebound off the back iron. New Albany ends up tracking it down. Knox with it. Tries to direct a little traffic there.
It's the rebounds that Coach Coleman was talking about. Doesn't want to give up, especially right now the way New Albany's shooting and scoring the ball. You do not want to give them extra shots.
Treat trying to take it in. Oh, nice tip by Decker, and then a foul. I think that's going to go against Ahmad Shelton, number 11, 6'4" junior.
Yeah, Shelton obviously frustrated. Nothing he could do there. Just kind of a broken up play. Unfortunate to be in the wrong spot.
Treat triggers in. With the fadeaway, gets it to go.
Tough shot right there for Treat. Great job staying on balance.
His first 2 points of the ball game coming off 12 against Seymour. As we are about to wrap up the first period here. Coleman trying to get in there. Brewer steps in, and no shot. So at the end of 1, our score, New Albany 29 and the Emanuel Crimsons 21. We're going to step aside and hear from some great Glycod sponsors. Back with second quarter here on Glycod.
Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
As we begin the second quarter, Crimsons with the ball. Oh, taken away by Lampkins. Read that play to Coleman well. Gets in deep. Lays it up and in.
Yeah, New Albany switched up defenses there to start the second quarter. They're coming out now in a 1-2-2. The same look that Manuel was just showing them, but a little more extended. Putting Noah Washington, the freshman, up top there at 6'5" and long. He can cover a lot of ground.
Decker from the elbow. Can't get it to go. Lampkins nearly corrals, but into the hands of Smith. Oh, rolled around and pops out. Lampkins.
That was a great tip out by Shrink right there.
And what a way that Lampkin sealed there, Malachi Coleman, so he could lay it up and in.
That rebound will go to Lampkin, but for Shrink, for him to knock that out into the open floor where he saw a teammate, a very heady play.
Yep. Now that's one that's not going to show up in the box score,
that's
but is
right.
really that was the best part of the play.
Absolutely. Started the break for him.
All right, timeout from the Emanuel Crimsons, so we will take a timeout as well. Back with more here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by New Albany State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For the latest updates on all things high school athletics, including continuous score updates, visit glycod.com. We really enjoy what we do and appreciate your support. So the Crimsons trailing now by 12. Woods kicks it out. Smith can't get the three to go. Noah Washington down with the board.
Well, New Albany staying in that zone. You could tell the emphasis right there for Coach Coleman out of that timeout was to get into the paint, stop settling, and look for the skips.
TJ Washington, tough shot there. Gets his own board, kicks it out. Shrink can't get it to fall. Decker skies for the board.
Good look right there for New Albany. Surprised to see him miss one.
Decker can't get that one to fall. Ball tipped around, ends up in the hands of Woods, who knocks it home. Mark Woods, first field goal of the evening.
One of the difficult things about that 1-2-2 is you really only have two rebounders down on the block. So while it's aggressive up front, you got to make sure that your guards are crashing down to board.
Coleman to Decker. Oh, a little bit of a tough slip there. I didn't see who ended up making the bucket. Who made that, Coach?
I couldn't see either.
Woods. It was Woods again. Decker kind of grabbed the back of his leg.
Yeah.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, and then right after that he got
whacked in the head,
yeah.
didn't he? And then a whistle comes. Yeah, the whack in the head was by his own teammate, very unintentional. But, he twisted that ankle a little bit. I think he's going to be all right, just wants to walk it off.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. He's been great for him so far early on.
You bet.
So Emanuel now going back to man-to-man. They're going to really help in off those bottom corners. That's where their help's going to come from, so they don't get too extended.
New Albany has Treats from free throw line, can't get it to fall. Now Coleman ahead, and that's Njogu, can't get it to fall. Shrink down with the board.
Yeah, Shrink just enough to alter that shot.
That was a tough attempt there. Decker really made him change his shot. Justice Decker with the foul there.
Yeah, what's been tough for Emanuel is that they go zone to slow it down, but New Albany keeps just knocking down outside shots, and so they've got to go back to man-to-man. It gets it more up and down, but that also helps New Albany because they really want to push the pace as well. So kind of pick your poison right now when New Albany's shooting the ball the way they are. They're just a dangerous team.
Shrink knocks home the first. Got him with 10 to lead all. Just tied up with Decker as far as leading scorers go.
Shrink's been great early on too. The lefties for both teams.
Yeah, I just noted that in my head as well. That's absolutely right. Dump down low. Jogu couldn't get it to go. Shrink with the board. Ends up tearing it away.
Great block by Lampkin there. Lampkins is 6'4", maybe 6'5", but he's very long, big long wingspan, can really alter shots.
Oh, what a shot from T.J. Washington.
Phenomenal finish there by Washington.
And then a whistle. So as that's sorted out, let's show you that last shot.
Great spin into the paint here.
that's just toss it up and hope that good things happen.
Yep, that's you can tell he worked a little bit on the jelly there off the backboard.
So that foul against Jeff Njogu for the Crimsons. His second, team's third. T.J. Washington with the three. It wouldn't go. Ends up hitting the deck, but no call. Kick out. Now a three from Coleman. Can't find the range. McGee tries inside. Lampkins just comes in and muscles that ball away. And then no call there. Malachi Coleman wanted that call. So did the Crimson's faithful. Shrink loses the handle into the hands of Coleman. Lampkins was just made Coleman stop, and Coleman made him pay, knocked that down.
Yeah, Coleman's just so good at that quick pull-up right in the mid-range. They've got a little scrappy there. New Albany wants to get this back under control here with the lead. Continue to be in control of the game. This little high screen.
Things definitely physical. You have to say that. A little foul there.
Like we talked about a little bit, the difference in physicalities in each state is, in Indiana it's a little bit more down low, shrink the space. Kentucky, it's more out in the open court.
Right.
A little bit more hands and meet you at half court type of trap physicality.
Right. That's Njogu's third, so he will head to the bench. Will Thompson checks in for the Crimsons, as does Jeremiah Stevens, number 5, guarding Knox right now, and actually affected that. Both those players ended up in on that play. Coleman with the lay-in. Nicely done.
Yeah, Emanuel does such a good job of turning turnovers into quick points. The transition offense here the last few minutes has really picked up and is keeping them in this game. Albany was at a point with a 12-point lead felt like maybe it was going to blow this thing open, but Emanuel's picked up the intensity and getting some easy baskets in transition now.
Treats finds Shrink, who couldn't get it to go. He mad at himself. Oh, Decker trying to spin move, but was fouled by Washington. TJ Washington's second foul, first of the period for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for New Albany, but got an opportunity here to get a stop. No harm, no foul. Go back down again and try to get a score.
3 will not go. Decker muscling for that board. Deshaun McGee on the three-point attempt. Couldn't get it to fall.
New Albany substitutions. Number 4, Reese McKee. And number 23, Braxton Mayfield.
So Reese McKee and Braxton Mayfield check in the ball game here with 2:48 remaining in the second period.
New Albany, since they've gone to that zone, you got to give them credit. They are rebounding fairly well out of it. They haven't really given up any second chance opportunities. And that's probably a big concern. So Emanuel going back to a zone, maybe a matchup look here. Yeah, matchup man-to-man zone here.
And Knox couldn't get it to fall. Decker rips the board down. Coleman shoots the 3 off back iron. Decker tracks it down. Nice board. And nicely done there to find Stevens. Whistle comes and foul call. Reese McKee with the foul, his first.
Yeah, so the second chance opportunities now for Emanuel just in that one. That was more transition. So right now, New Albany is really getting beat more in transition than they are anything. So going to have to make sure they're getting back. They're not making those shots like they were early on to where they could set their defense. So that transition defense is going to come into play if the shots aren't falling.
Jeremiah Stevens, a sophomore, 6'1 sophomore. That's his, well, he's now 50% from the free throw line because that was his first made free throw, first attempt at a free throw. Brewer on the baseline, offensive foul.
Well, New Albany is as hot as they were early on, scoring 29 in the first quarter, just 8 so far in this quarter, so cooling off just a little bit.
Treat checks to the sideline.
The positive for them, though, is that zone has served them well to where Emanuel has only scored 9 this quarter.
So under 2 minutes. That's Thompson. Can't get it to go. Decker. He is active underneath.
Yeah, he's just been phenomenal for Emanuel. Not only scoring the basketball, but just the physicality and the presence that he brings for him.
Coleman with it. Drives, kicks. Knocked away. Brewer got a hand on that.
If New Albany can set their defense, they've done a really good job in the half court. Been very active, getting a lot of hands on and deflections. Even the rebounds they're not coming up with, they're tipping those, keeping them alive, giving themselves opportunities. You can see how far out they want to pressure. New Albany does. See Emanuel having to start their offense about 5 feet out farther than what they want to.
And collapsing on Decker. Thompson shoots a long three. That one won't go. Board by Reese McGee. Brings it out. Trying to slow things down just a little bit. McGee to the corner. Nice extra pass there from Knox. Buries it. So James Knox with the bucket.
They call it a flop warning, I believe.
I just read in the Indianapolis Star that was going to be a little bit of an area of emphasis for Indiana referees.
You think they
upcoming?
You think they call all the flops they could in the NBA?
No.
Every play should be a warning.
Yeah. Agreed. Must agree.
Here they come out again in that zone. They got a little aggressive with it there, looking to trap right across half court.
Oh, Shrink got a hand on it, knocked it to his own coaches on the bench.
So the last play for New Albany, they score. They got back into that rhythm where they weren't settling. It was the downhill drive, the skip opposite, and that extra pass. And just that bang, bang, bang allowed them to get back in that rhythm.
Oh, Coleman with a pretty move there.
Yeah. Coleman, even though he shoots the three really well, he's just as deadly from 15 feet. That pull-up tonight is really working well for him. Even though the three's not falling, he's continuing to score and keep Emanuel in this game.
Oh, and then New Albany throws the ball away. Noah Washington not able to handle that pass. It was low and well away from him.
Yeah, it was a good job getting downhill. Again, sucked the defense in. Had it been on point, would have been an open shot. So New Albany's kind of packing in the zone here a little bit. They're not getting too extended here at the end of the quarter.
Yeah. Now the trap came.
Yep.
Smith got it to Decker, though. And now Coleman for three. Gets it to go. Cuts the lead to 5.
Just talking about that mid-range and three not going, but now the three's going for him, too. There's a reason he's averaging 21.
Treat on the other end. Can't get it to go. The heave. Oh, off the rim. So that brings us to halftime. And our halftime score, New Albany 40 and the Emanuel Crimson's 35. Let's step aside. We'll be back with halftime for you here on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul. What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock
You're
yourself
about to get served.
Seriously? Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have the choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Priority Radiology, offering full-service outpatient imaging services from their clinic at 807 Northgate Boulevard in New Albany. To schedule an appointment, visit PriorityRadiology.com.
Back at halftime here from Johnson Arena at Jeffersonville High School in this Jeff Red Devils showcase of basketball. Tonight's scoreboard on your screen, presented by American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. For more information on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Mark at 812-283-8600. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. Well, Coach, this one about, scoring about like we expected.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, Coach Jones almost seemed like he was excited for the up-tempo pace, and so New Albany offensively has just looked phenomenal. But you got to give credit to Emanuel for weathering that storm early on. I mean, New Albany came out just firing left and right and making everything, and Emanuel to keep it, to have it at a 12-point game and now cut it to 5 going into halftime. They have to feel pretty good about that, especially with Coleman not really getting going on early, but started turning on there in the second quarter. And so there's a reason that he's one of the best guards in the city of Louisville. He showed it that second quarter. So for New Albany, they're going to have to come out and really get back to keying on him early and not let him get going.
All right, well, we're going to step aside, hear from some more of our fantastic Glycod sponsors. When we come back, we will get you the German American Bank halftime stats, and we'll get you some scoring there. So stay tuned for that here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You wouldn't notice or smell radon, yet this dangerous gas is the #1 cause of cancer among non-smokers. 1 in 3 Indiana homes tested show radon above safe levels, and those levels tend to spike during the winter when closed windows prevent heat and radon from escaping. If you live in Floyd County, you can get a free radon test kit while supplies last from the Floyd County Health Department. For more information, contact them at 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
Tonight's halftime stats brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information, or one of the 70 locations, 70-plus locations in Southern Indiana and Kentucky. And our scoring that'll come up here, Emanuel Crimson's led by Malachi Coleman and his 16 points. Justice Decker contributing 10 for the Crimsons. Also of note, Mark Woods has 5. For the New Albany Bulldogs, Rylan Shrink has 11, 8 apiece for TJ Washington and Chris Lampkins. Also take this opportunity to tell you we will have Clarksville at Providence next Friday for you on Glycod's Southern Indiana Game of the Week. Noah Washington trying to take it inside, just couldn't connect.
Yeah, New Albany wanted to come out and go straight to an isolation play for Washington there on the wing.
And then good defense, and Shrink, Lampkins, who else? Washington all had opportunities. Nobody could get it to go. Smith ends up with the board. My goodness.
Yeah, fortunate to get away with that rebound there, but good effort for New Albany to keep the play alive. Yeah, that's the rebounding Coach Coleman talked about before the game. You don't want to tip it, and you don't want to go one-handed rebounders. Great rebounders go with 2.
Yep. McGee couldn't get it to go for the Crimsons. Lampkins comes down with it.
See, Emanuel now turning up the intensity a little bit defensively. We were talking during halftime at that 12-point mark when New Albany was up 12 points, That's when Emanuel turned that defensive intensity up, and we're starting to do that here in the second half too.
Lampkins tried to fake the three and then then the drive and then step back. Oh, nice job there by Shelton. Stepping the passing lane, and the Crimsons cut it to 3.
Now, both these teams, when they bring it defensively, the intensity, it leads to so many good things offensively for them.
Shrink got in underneath and was fouled.
Yeah, Shrink really loves that right wing, right corner to catch and drive baseline. He's been looking for that a lot tonight. So rotation just needed to be there about a half step sooner.
Shrink rattles the first home. Now has a dozen on the evening.
And that's what you get with this New Albany team, is very balanced scoring. If you go back and look at some of their scoring from their past 4 or 5 games, it's been somebody different each night. New Albany back now to that zone, that 1-2-2.
Decker, nice extra pass there. And down inside, and Stevens.
Good patience.
Converts.
Good patience and step through there.
Jeremiah Stevens with the field goal. Decker doesn't seem to be any worse for wear after that twisted ankle. And we've got a timeout by New Albany. So we will take a brief timeout as well. We'll return with more third quarter action upcoming here on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
Back at Jeffersonville High School for Southern Indiana High School basketball, where the Emanuel Crimsons come in to take on the New Albany Bulldogs in this 5th game of the Jeffersonville Red Devils basketball showcase.
Yeah, Coach Jones, I think, wanted a timeout there. The offense just kind of stagnant for New Albany right now. The ball's sticking a little bit on one side of the floor. See here out of the timeout. Real emphasis to go inside.
And Lampkins, tough shot there.
Yeah, great play out of the timeout. Coach said, look, we got to get something easy at the basket. We're settling too much on the outside. Great execution there by the Bulldogs.
Well, Lampkins, I think, pushed out a little further than normally he would like, but just converted nicely. And then Decker inside. Trying to use the rim there. Oh, and then taken away by Lampkins.
Great play by Lampkins there.
Up under, gets it to go.
How about that play?
Goodness.
Lampkins coming out of timeout.
Wow.
Taking it to another level. Fantastic plays there by Lampkins. Started with the intensity and the effort on the defensive end. Again for the Bulldogs.
Well, and then I thought he was stopped and might give it up. He just crossover and up he goes.
Again, he's sneaky long and athletic.
Coleman can't get the 3 to go. McGee with the board. Back up. Now into the hands of Shrink. Trying to see if he's got numbers. Jump, step, and gets it to fall.
And New Albany out of the timeout, even though they've been shooting the 3 well this game. 3 straight shots right at the rim and extend this lead back out.
Well, you know, when we have seen them earlier, Smith with the 3, that one won't fall. We saw them earlier. Now, it seems like drives to the basket were what set up a lot of those 3-point buckets, and with the ball being a little bit stagnant, at that point, got to take the ball inside, I think.
Absolutely. Well, and again, they're so hard to help off of the perimeter. So if their guards are aggressive and get to the basket, usually it's just a one-on-one play because teams are so hesitant to help and leave shooters open.
That foul, there was a foul underneath against Decker, just his second for the ball game. Cleanly played as physically as Lampkins have been going inside there. Washington with the pull-up, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, 4 for 4 out of the timeout. Great use of a timeout there by Coach Jones. Everything going inside out now for the Bulldogs. Now Emanuel offensively a little stagnant and kind of having to play a little bit slower than maybe they're comfortable.
Decker tries the baseline. Gets it to Stevens. Now back out. Smith with the 3.
Again, start off that inside-out play. Right ahead, quick here.
And then Washington answers with the 3.
And that is what is so dangerous with New Albany is if you make a shot, you have to be back quick.
Oh, Coleman, nice bucket there. Malachi Coleman, turnaround.
Yeah, vulnerable spot of the zone right there in the high post, especially Coleman. He's been making that shot consistently tonight. Can't leave him that wide open. See if New Albany continues to emphasize getting to the rim here and playing inside out off those downhill penetrations.
Shrink couldn't get around on Decker. Had to give it back up. Washington, tough shot there.
At 6'5", that's just hard to guard. He can just rise up over top of you. New Albany going back man-to-man. They didn't like that zone look last time with the easy shot in the middle, so they're going to switch back man-to-man here.
Now Smith with a 3 attempt. Couldn't get it to go. Again, Smith averaging almost 11 points a game. Now little hands there from Jeremiah Stevens out high. Stevens' first foul and 3rd on the Crimsons of the quarter.
Washington sure doesn't look like a freshman with that pull-up. I mean, he makes some very difficult plays, and the poise and the focus on the rim, even with the hand in his face, is impressive.
Cross-court pass. Treat with the quick trigger. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Malachi Coleman. Thought about taking it inside. Gives it up to Decker instead. Guarded by Lampkins. Lampkins tips it away. And then the foul.
Well, again, good hands by Lampkins.
And that's going to go against Decker. After it was tipped away, Decker just reached across and grabbed.
Yeah, Lampkins, again, he's just he's kind of that sneaky long. I mean, you don't think he's there, and his wingspan, his length just kind of surprises you sometimes.
Well, and he's quick that I've noticed, defensively especially.
Yes.
I mean, both ends, but you know what I mean, especially defensively. He's got good hands, and he's quick.
Yeah, a lot of times you see guys with length like that, they kind of move a little bit slower, but you're absolutely right. Technical? Yes.
Yes.
Technical foul called on number 3.
So technical foul on Coleman. And so that leaves TJ Washington alone at the free throw line. So I'm not exactly sure what that was about. And Mikel Coleman, the coach of the Crimsons, I don't think quite understands it either.
I was watching, the referee and the coach conversation there. Just it seemed like the referee told him a few times, like, I'm not going to hear it anymore. And just wanted to make sure we didn't have another one, but everything good now. So these are the technical foul shots.
Yeah, the first were the common foul, or it was the 5th foul, so the bonus, and then the technical foul, and now we've got a timeout called. So New Albany calls a timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. Back with more 3rd quarter here on Glycod.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
So New Albany with the possession coming out of the technical foul and timeout. Lampkins inside, spin move, up and in. Wow, nice shot there.
I tell you what, this third quarter, New Albany extending this lead out to 17 now. A lot of it has started and ended with Lampkins. He's been phenomenal here this third quarter.
Coleman from the elbow, short off the iron, and then takes it away. And foul Braden Brewer.
Fortunate there that to actually pick up that foul. That's the first one on New Albany, so had one to give and not give up the easy score. Lampkins has just been phenomenal. That left hand he has down in the post, both with the jump hook earlier and that little scoop shot there, have just been tremendous, but defensively as well, getting deflections and starting the break. He's had a heck of a third quarter.
Coleman defended by Lampkins. Dribble, trap. Oh, nice ball movement there, though. Decker inside gets the bucket and the harm. So we'll show you that one first and then see if we can show you that Lampkins shot as well before a free throw comes.
Yeah. Great job there by Coleman, getting it out of the double team, staying poised, staying low through the double team, taking the double team down.
Didn't have time to show you that, but Decker.
Well, for New Albany, they got to stay aggressive here. Emanuel is a team that they can get back into this quickly.
And whistle, no shots. Offensive foul. That was Washington.
I don't think the crowd liked that one too much.
The crowd did like that one.
Did not like
that.
Did
Did
not
not
like
like
that
that one
I
too
don't
much.
think the crowd liked that one too much.
Yeah.
So big lead there for New Albany. They've really extended this thing out, but again, we saw in the second quarter there, Manual can get going quick, and no lead is safe when a team shoots the three as well as Manual does, and when they can get out and create some offense with their defense.
We talked about it early on, folks. 43% from three-point land. Decker, of course, going to keep you honest inside. Scores 15, is 15th of the contest.
Yeah, so strong going to the rim, especially to that left.
Shrink trying to get around, spin move, fade away, gets it to go.
Tough shot there, way to stay on balance.
Shrink with 17.
Albany coming back to that zone again. Continuing just to show Manual different looks. One thing that shooters like is rhythm.
Oh, but Coleman flashes into the middle of that zone, makes him pay. He's got 20 on the night, just a point shy of his average. Shrink, muscles through, gets it to go. Wow.
What
Tough
a right
shot there to end the third quarter. So we will take a break with our score, 65-51, New Albany over Manual. Come back, fourth quarter action upcoming here on Glycod.
Wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms. Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet. Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glycod.
65-51 as the Crimsons have the ball first. Off the break, Decker for three. Can't get it to fall. Woods trying to get it out of there, but Noah Washington ends up with it. Oh, trying to find Lampkins, and Lampkins gets his own board, and then a foul.
Lampkins with the effort again.
Lampkins not gotten a Jogu up in the air, and that, I believe, will be his fourth foul. It is.
Yeah, the timing was just a little off. Maybe needed to give it up just a little bit sooner on the lob. But you got to give credit to Lampkins for staying with it. I mean, he's just has completely turned up the effort here in the second half. It's been phenomenal for the Bulldogs.
Well, what was interesting, Coach, is New Albany came out after the halftime break and just did look a little flat for about that first minute and a half, 2 minutes. I don't remember. It was pretty early on when that timeout was called by Coach Jones, and whatever he said, boy, the Bulldogs, they dialed it up.
Yes, they did. That was a great timeout, and that's a coach that knows his team.
Yep.
That's connected with his team. To be able to use that timeout and come out and extend the lead the way they have.
Coleman with a tough shot there.
Very difficult, especially moving to his right, shooting that with the left. Right back down is New Albany. Lampkins again.
Oh, Decker, nice block there.
Great block to save that play by Decker. Got to be careful here to not let Coleman get comfortable. He's made a couple tough ones here.
And ball won't go. That was Njoku. And then the bucket. Are they going to call offensive?
I think they're counting it.
They are counting it. Show you that.
Noah Washington's ability to get out in the open court, and you love to see from, we say the five-man, but he's he's definitely a stretch five, a guy that can do it all and really, playing the guard. He's a guard playing in that position. So to be able to have all five players be able to bring the ball up the floor in transition like that, such a weapon for New Albany.
And Washington with the three-point play scored 10 points in this second half as Noah Washington lead back to 17.
Washington again with the board and pushing the break.
Shrink. And a timeout this time by the Crimsons. And we will take a timeout as well. Back with more fourth quarter action here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash, proud sponsor of Jeffersonville High School, located on 10th Street across from the new Kroger.
As we return here to Jeffersonville High School in this battle between the Bulldogs and the Crimsons of Emanuel from across the river, and the fifth game in this Jeff Red Devils basketball showcase, and it's been all Indiana, as you may have seen in the American Family Insurance scoreboard at halftime, and we'll have coming up after the game in these showcase ball games, wins by Christian Academy and Providence, Franklin Central, Jeffersonville, and the Bulldogs with this 72-53 lead.
Got to be feeling good right now if you're the Indiana side.
And I should comment, too, that Jeff Njogu fouled out there right before that timeout. That was sort of what precipitated that a little bit, I think.
Emanuel coming out now with full court 1-2-2 pressure.
To Treats to break the press across the timeline.
Great decision there by Washington.
Just back it out.
Yep, don't need to force anything here. Just let your offense work.
Splits the defense and lays it up and in.
Great patience right there. Good heady play. Could have forced the first drive, but instead was patient. Took what the defense gave him and extended this lead further.
Washington just his 4th point of the half, but been judicious when he scored it. A couple of good boards there for the Crimsons.
Yeah, you don't want to give them too many shots if you're New Albany. You want to limit those opportunities with this lead here. Make sure you take care of the basketball. Look for the middle against that press. There you go. And then stay out of that corner.
Washington couldn't get that one to go. The coach in you comes right out, doesn't it? It's like, no, don't throw it in that corner.
You can see it coming.
Yep. Decker up and in.
For New Albany, they want to stay aggressive here.
Decker now with 19 in the contest.
Want to be patient, but aggressive patient. Just like that.
Washington with a 3. So Malachi Coleman, no timeout here. I didn't see who called it. Was that New Albany? New Albany called it. So you know what? We'll keep it here. Actually, I was going to say that 21 for Ryland Shrink and 18 for Noah Washington so far in this one. And Malachi Coleman has 25. And Justice Decker with 19 in this. So we've seen some scoring in this ball game, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the thing with Coleman is that even though he has 25, it's been a really tough 25.
Yeah,
Albany's made him work for it.
Yep.
The only really easy ones he's had is the middle of that zone. But what New Albany's done a good job of is switching from that zone to man so that he's not been able to get in a rhythm and get comfortable in the middle of that zone. So for New Albany, kind of what we've seen all year from them, just balanced scoring across the board from a lot of different guys.
Just going to remind you again, our Southern Indiana basketball game of the week next Friday, Clarksville at Providence. Boys basketball action for you. And for the battle for the town trophy there.
Now with a little slice stagger action here. Didn't quite get to the stagger.
Down low, and that was Shelton gets it to go. His first bucket of the ball game for the junior. Washington, tough shot, man.
Such an advantage for him just at that size to rise up over people. Doesn't really have anybody on Manuel that's getting up there to challenge that shot.
Coleman goes around Treats. Don't know how much of that we got, but we'll try to show it to you here.
Just a good job of changing speed. Coleman does such a good job of getting that shoulder, that inside shoulder, gets it all the way down below his defender's hip, and really plays small but plays quick.
Coleman knocking home the first. Leads all scorers.
Yeah, so for New Albany, what we said earlier is they want to stay aggressive but patient aggressive. I mean, they want to continue to attack and look to score. They want to take good shots. They don't have to force anything.
Great pass from Lampkins and good pickup there from Washington.
Yeah, Lampkins just with the offhand left-handed pass all the way down the court.
Smith changes his shot and buries it.
What a double clutch three there.
Yeah. He's got 11, a little over his average. Treat.
It's that corner, got to stay out of.
Down low, tries to go in underneath, gets the foul. Say again, though, that double clutch on that three from Noah Smith was quite the sight. That was great.
I'm drawing a blank. The player for North Carolina in 2016, before Villanova hit the game winner, the lefty. Did the double pump underneath and to tie it up there.
I I can't remember either. I'm sorry.
I could tell you that name anytime.
Anytime?
Except right now.
Except right now.
Going blank.
Coleman looks to drive, and Lampkins made him change his shot. TJ Washington down with the board. Quickly ahead, Noah Washington takes it inside, uses his body.
Great patience again. His ability to finish up over top of people.
Smith can't get that one to go, gets his own board, tips it down inside, and that's into the hands of Woods. So Mark Woods, 6 point of the contest. Coleman for three, buries it.
Emanuel hanging around, trying to. I'd be just out of reach, but Albany's got to stop giving second chance opportunities to him.
Malachi Coleman, oh.
Treat comes back and knocks down the three to say, nah, they're not hanging around. We got this.
So Malachi Coleman with his season high tonight and just added to it again. So coming in, his season high was 26.
Lampkins again, right back with the spin and the left hand that he likes so much.
And a timeout on the floor by New Albany. So we will take, by Emanuel. So we will take a timeout as well. Back with more fourth quarter here on Glycon.
Has already reached epidemic proportions in the U.S. More than 3.6 million U.S. youth use e-cigarettes, including 1 out of every 5 in high school. And many of those who are vaping want to quit. Get real about quitting and put your health first when you live vape-free. For the support needed to quit, text the word Indiana to 873-373. Again, that's text the word Indiana to 873-373. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
90-70 our score, and Coach and I were talking during the break there that, until the second, after the first quarter, we thought New Albany would maybe get to 100, and then after the second quarter, we thought, oh my goodness, boy, Emanuel's really turned it up, and going to be a close game and might be maybe in the 60s or 70s. And here we are with New Albany sitting at 20-point lead and 90 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Emanuel, you got to think we scored 70. You don't feel that bad about it, but New Albany just has so many offensive weapons.
Decker fouled there. Brewer with the foul.
Yeah, again, another offensive rebound. Just don't want to keep giving up second chance shots.
Smith will shoot the three off front iron. Taken out of there. That's McGee with it. And lays it up and in.
Great step through right there. A little Euro step.
Coleman gives it up and unselfishly to Shelton. Gets the assist, and Shelton gets the bucket.
Coleman with a nice little quick cross right there. A little dump off.
Well, folks, we were also talking during that break. Didn't seem like that long a break, did it? Just about the pace of play and the fact that New Albany's given up 72 points, which is, they came in with a almost 64-point defensive average. So they're giving up some points, but at the same time, just pace of play, really.
Yeah.
I think defense has been pretty good.
Absolutely. I don't think there's a lot to, really complain about. I mean, obviously every coach is going to pick, a few things they want to get better at, but
sure.
Hasn't been a bad defensive game by New Albany. It's just been so many possessions.
Yep.
But again, that's New Albany. They are at their best when they're playing high possession games.
Coleman kicks it out. Three, halfway down and pop back out for Shelton. Shrink with it. Mayfield finds Brewer. Brewer trying to find McGee over the head behind the back.
Larry Bird post up
Oh, Coleman gets the bucket and the harm.
Coleman has just had a phenomenal game tonight with 33 now. Yeah, Brewer reminded me of the old Larry Bird post you up and flip it back over your head. Yeah. He only needs about another 9 or 10 inches.
Right. Right. Well, and then the stories have begun to hear about Larry Bird is not only would he do that, but then he'd tell you he was going to do it first.
Right.
So Coleman with a chance here at the line to make it 34. Already has 33 in the ball game. Season high. Does make it 34 points.
I think they're going to call it a night for Coleman there.
Coleman heads to the bench with his season high. And a fantastic ball game. Boy, he can shoot the ball.
Man, he is not only can he shoot it, but just his ability to get to that mid-range and pull up very quickly. But also, to have a handful of assists tonight as well and set up his teammates.
McGee, very active there. Scored the last 4 points.
McGee comes in and really does well for New Albany off the bench. A younger player that I think they're excited about his future.
Got to get the player there for Emanuel that checked in the ball game. Didn't have him on my regular list. That was Flippins, Josiah Flippins, who has the ball now. And then couldn't connect. Ends up throwing it away.
Yeah, so for Manuel, you come in, you kind of break the streak scoring-wise of having 5 straight games where you didn't really get outside of the 60s and you get into the 70s. So offensively, you got to feel okay about it. But New Albany has just been on a different level tonight with scoring the basketball.
So New Albany going to dribble it out here, and they will emerge victorious. So it is an Indiana sweep in the ball games today in this Jeffersonville Red Devil showcase. And our final score, 94-75. So let's step aside and hear from some of our great Glycod sponsors, and we'll be back with the postgame show here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice. Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mac Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or longtime patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers PulsePoint. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Tonight's postgame recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Visit them at 1510 Production Road in Jeffersonville to find the widest selection of batteries for any vehicle. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952.
94-75, our final here from Jeffersonville High School in this fifth game in the Red Devils showcase. Should tell you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. For more information on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Mark at 812-283-8600. Well, Coach Grants, this one's been a good one, and a one of those things where really at halftime, 5-point ball game.
Yeah.
Anybody's ball game.
Right, and then Emanuel to come out and cut it to 3. That timeout that Coach Jones took about 2 or 3 minutes into the second half, that just changed the entire game.
It sure did.
Yeah.
It really made a huge difference. And you called it too, the fact that he knew exactly whatever he said was exactly the right team for this team on this night.
Yes.
Because they came out and looked like a different ball club.
Yeah, that's a coach that knows his team, a team that knows each other, that's gelling well. You could see it in their record in 7-1. They've been playing really well this year, but they came out, they turned up the intensity. You could tell the emphasis in that timeout was get to the rim. They immediately went in, scored 4 straight baskets right at the rim. Then what did that do? Opened up the three-point shot again. They started off hot, kind of settled for it a little bit, called that timeout to get the intensity back up on the offensive end of attacking the glass, attacking the rim. Open up that three-point shot, and then that was the difference. It was really from that timeout on.
Made all the difference.
Extended that lead.
Extend. Well, we had a good one here tonight, and but really an Indiana sweep on the day. You can see that on the Mark Stevens American Family Insurance ticker down below as rolled through some of those scores here from Jeffersonville High School earlier in the day. Well, let's step aside, and when we come back, we will get you more of the scoreboard and most outstanding players upcoming here on Glycott.
Vaccinations are a key to a healthy future. At the Floyd County Health Department, they can help your child from kindergarten through 12th grade get vaccinated, regardless of insurance status. Check with your doctor to see which vaccines your child may be due for, or call the Floyd County Health Department at 812-948-4726. Again, that's 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department. Can't leave your dog while you're gone? Maybe you just want to increase their socialization. Try Bark Jeff. They provide a cage-free, all-day play center that dogs will love. With well-trained staff available around the clock, their professionals offer comfortable grooming, plus nightly dog slumber parties. For more information on their services or to register as a new client, visit BarkJeff.com. Bark Jeff is located at 1006 East 10th Street in Jeff, where the cool dogs play.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on. Foul.
What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Vaping has already reached epidemic proportions in the U.S. More than 3.6 million U.S. youth use e-cigarettes, including 1 out of every 5 in high school. And many of those who are vaping want to quit. Get real about quitting and put your health first when you live vape-free. For the support needed to quit, text the word Indiana to 873-373. Again, that's text the word Indiana to 873-373. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glycod.
Time for tonight's final stats. Tonight's final stats brought to you by German American Bank. German American Bank, support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com or one of your local branches for information. And scoring leaders for both ball clubs, Malachi Coleman leading the way for both teams with 34 points. That's his season high. Did a fantastic job tonight. Really, it had 16 at half, so balanced scoring the whole way. And then Justice Decker kicked in 19 as well for the Crimsons. Noah Smith had 11. Mark Woods was 6. 4 from Ahmad Shelton. 3 from Jeremiah Stevens. And that does it for the scoring for the Crimsons. For the New Albany Bulldogs, Noah Washington ends up leading the way with 24 points. He had 5 at half, Coach. And so poured it on, 19 second-half points. Rylan Shrink had 19 in the contest. Chris Lampkins, 8 in each quarter for 16 total, 12 for TJ Washington, 7 for Jordan Treat, 4 for Reese McGee, 3 for James Knox, and 3 for Braden Brewer in this contest. So, again, New Albany, it seems like a different guy every night.
Yeah, their scoring is just so balanced, and they're so difficult to guard. And, you know, Shrink comes out and starts off the game very hot, and you think, okay, we could take him away. You know, you worry about Washington and what he's done lately, and so you think, oh, well, we've held him to 5, we're good there. And then it flips in the second half. Washington starts taking over. Shrink continues to score, but not at the pace he was early on. And that's what makes this New Albany team just so dangerous offensively, is you take away one and they got somebody else ready to step up, another perimeter player that can step out, stretch the floor, knock down outside shots, and also get to the rim aggressively. So a lot of weapons all around for New Albany.
Absolutely. So the Bulldogs improving to 7-1. The Crimsons falling to 12-3, but Crimsons obviously have scorers, and they're going to be a tough. They are a tough team, and they're going to be a tough out later in the year. There's no doubt.
Absolutely. Well, if you would have told me before the game that Coleman and Decker, their 2 leading scorers, averaging 21 and 17 coming into this, would have been 15 points over their average combined.
Yeah.
You would have thought, man, Emanuel's going to win this going away.
Right.
But then New Albany comes out and just shoots lights out to start the game. And, there's a reason New Albany is one of the best offensive teams in the state of Indiana, and you saw that on display tonight. And so for Manual, they got back to their scoring ways. They'd come in kind of with some lower scoring games, so they got to feel good about, offensively, ramping the scoring back up. And I don't know how much of it's defense or how much of it was just New Albany was that good offensively tonight.
Yep. Well, let's step aside. When we return, we will get you the most outstanding players of the ball game, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Teresa Lamb, and also a look at what's upcoming next week, and wrap it up from here at Jeffersonville High School, where the Bulldogs emerge victorious tonight, 94-75. Stay tuned for those most outstanding players when we return to Glycott.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
Looking for a career instead of a job? Want to make a difference in a child's life? Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program is now hiring. They offer competitive wages, plus health, dental, and life insurance, as well as paid college tuition and retirement plans. Apply online through Indeed.com or email your resume. You can make a difference in a child's life. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, serving children and families for over 60 years.
Looking for family fun in Southern Indiana? Then look no further than Strike and Spare, your go-to spot for a great time at prices that won't break your budget. With regular and kid-friendly bumper bowling lanes, everyone can join in on the action. And don't miss out on Cosmic Bowling, the cool way to bowl with that nighttime feel. Strike up the fun at Strike and Spare in Clarksville at 511 Little League Boulevard. And visit strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties.
Feeling stressed, anxious, or down? You're not alone. Clark and Floyd System of Care is here to help. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Talk to a trusted teacher, counselor, or friend. Or call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline anytime at 988. Whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, we're here to guide you. Your mind matters. No one should face their mental health journey alone. A message from Clark and Floyd System of Care.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by New Albany State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
As we return here to Jeffersonville High School, where the Bulldogs victorious over the Emanuel Crimsons, 94-75 to improve to 7-1. It's time for tonight's Most Outstanding Players. Tonight's Most Outstanding Players brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can give Theresa a call, 812-945-8088, or visit her online. Well, for those most outstanding players, let's turn it back over to Coach Grant. So, Coach, who are we thinking about here?
Well, for Manuel, it's got to be Mr. Coleman. He was phenomenal tonight, 34 points, and just scoring in different ways, knocking down threes, some tough pull-ups, but then when New Albany went zone, being able to dice up the middle of that zone and find that mid-range jumper, just phenomenal all-around offensive game for Malachi Coleman tonight.
His season high tonight. And then for the New Albany Bulldogs.
This was a difficult one.
Right.
I think the player of the game has got to go to Chris Lampkins, and the reason being is that he started that run in the second half. When it got to a three-point game, they came out of that timeout. He was the one that initiated on the defensive end. He rebounded the ball very efficiently tonight, but also his ability of just getting to the rim and scoring some easy shots. So just the intensity, his intensity that he brought during that stretch, that really was the difference in the game. But I have to also mention Ryland Shrink tonight started off the game phenomenal.
Yep.
I mean, he was a big reason that New Albany had the lead early on.
Yep, 11 first-half points.
And then how do you not mention Noah Washington also? Led the team in 24 and had 19 in the second half. And just real quick on Noah Washington, his last few games here, scored 19, 25, 19, and 24 tonight. I mean, he has just been, as a freshman, has just been phenomenal. So this was, it's difficult, but to me, the difference maker tonight was Chris Lampkins, especially on the defensive end, and how that led to that run that busted this game open for New Albany.
Absolutely. So those your most outstanding players of the game. Now it's time to talk about the upcoming schedule presented by Strike and Spare of Clarksville, a great place to host your party or special occasion. Contact strikeandspare.com at strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information. Strikeandspare.com /Clarksville. Well, the big game for us, our Southern Indiana game next week, will be again at Providence High School for on Friday the 10th. Clarksville at Providence, and tomorrow on Glycod, you've got a triple header here at 5:36 and 7:30 with Tate's Creek at Bryan Station, Wagner versus North Oldham, and that's at South Oldham High School, and then Butler at South Oldham at 7:30 immediately following that first game. But should tell you, we've got games all next week, so check them out at www.glycod.com and see what the whole schedule comprises of. Well, Coach, I think it's time to wrap it up. So your thoughts on this one tonight?
Well, again, for Emanuel to come out and have their two leading scorers have great games, hats off to them for a great effort. But, New Albany was just on a different level offensively. They came out and just were knocking down threes early on, busted the game open. Emanuel fought and fought and fought, got it all the way to a three-point game, and then New Albany just found that offensive rhythm again. And when they are in that rhythm, I think there's very few teams in the state that really can challenge them. Just from the offensive end, they just have so many weapons. There's a reason that they're one of the leaders in the state in scoring. Even having a few lower scoring games like Seymour, they only scored 54 last game, and they're still up there as one of the top offensive teams in the state. So when they're shooting the ball like that, they're just very difficult to guard. So hats off to New Albany for just an incredible offensive evening.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it from here at Jeffersonville High School. Our thanks to Jeffersonville for having us come in to be able to do this ball game tonight. And our thanks also to executive producer Steve Bird, for Coach Andrew Granz, and our camera operator Christian Sanchez tonight. Good night, God bless, and we'll see you next time on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Southern Indiana High School Basketball, presented by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. Tonight's game was brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Mac Construction, experience, reputation, solutions. Clark County Health Department, prevent, promote, protect. Priority Radiology in New Albany, you have a choice. Jim Butner Auto Group in Clarksville, a family tradition of excellence. And by Floyd County Health Department, Deering Floor Center, Our Place, Clark County Youth Services, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Center.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.